Hi guys, it's Crystal with Design Bundles, and today I have a little hack for you. So we're going to be using the Cricut Mug Press, but today we're not pressing mugs, we're going to be pressing tumblers. So let's go ahead and get started. The tumbler we're using today for this project is called a Tumhug. You can get them over on Condi, and we're just going to sublimate the top part. So I've already printed out my sublimation design, and then I've got a piece of patterned adhesive vinyl here. So what you want to do is figure out how big you're going to need. So you're just going to simply take a tape measure. I like to use the ones that you use for sewing. They're so nice to be able to wrap around. So you're just going to get the measurements of that top part and then trim it down. You can use your paper trimmer or a pair of scissors. So I'm just going to continue to trim this down until I'm 100% happy. You just want it to overlap ever so slightly. This is going to be the trick. You don't want a big overlap, just ever so slightly. So we're going to go ahead and clean it really quickly with some rubbing alcohol and a paper towel to get rid of any sort of debris. And then we're going to go ahead and tape down our design. So I'm just going to figure out which way is the top. Now the trick with this is I'm not going to apply two pieces of tape. I'm not going to apply a piece of tape like we normally would. I'm going to hold it nice and firm on one side. And then I'm going to pull nice and taut as I can, as tight as I can, and hold it just like so. So I've got this nice and tight and put one piece of tape all the way down. So that's going to give us no seams at all. And then I'm going to wrap around a piece of parchment paper and one piece of tape to protect our press. So what I'm doing is I'm just getting it in here to cover the top part. So it's not going to go all the way down. I rotated it halfway through and then dropped it down again. And then this time I let it go about 2 beeps and then took it out and let it set down and cool. Because the metal, I let it go all the way through, but really metal is thinner, so it don't take as long. But rotating it to get the full bleed, the full design on both sides, it works great. So as you can see, it looks super, super cute. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of that adhesive vinyl to cover the bottom. You could do this with whatever different patterns you can think of. You could glitter the bottom if you wanted to. It's just, the possibilities are endless. So I'm going to take that same tape measure and figure out about how big I want this to be. So I'm going to do 1.5 by 9 inches. This should give me a perfect piece to go all the way around. It's going to give me a nice border all the way around to make sure so I don't have to worry about getting super, super straight with this at the bottom. So I'm just trimming everything down with my paper trimmer. This is permanent adhesive, by the way. This is Oracle 651, and I believe this is one of Sparkleberry's designs. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure this is going to wrap all the way around in case I need to make any adjustments. I think everything looks good. So then we want to clean it again. So I need to clean the bottom half to remove any sort of oils. This is going to help that adhesive last a whole lot longer. Now, when you're working with permanent vinyl, make sure you let it set around 24 to 48 hours before you wash it, and it'll last forever. Now, you could personally add as well some, the name. So if you wanted to do the name on the cup in adhesive vinyl, that would be cute to even personalize it even further. So all I'm doing here is wrapping the mug, and if I'm not happy with it, I'm able to pull it back up. When you're working with a straight design like this, it just looks like a piece of tape. Just take your time. You're not going to get any bubbles and get it down. So that's what's really nice about working with a straight design like that. And there you have it. How super adorable is this? I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.